Have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight? Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov? Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's going to do to him? Run him out of the ring!
Oscar de la Hoya's sudden change of stance has stirred controversy just months before one of the most highly anticipated matchups in modern boxing. In a recent interview, de la Hoya admitted he once believed Crawford would defeat Canelo, but now thinks that outcome is unlikely. Crawford fired back, criticizing de la Hoya's flip-flop, and claimed such comments would only make it easier for him to prove people wrong in the ring.
And he fights at 168 plus, so I don't see me and him fighting. So
what's the highest you could fight at realistically?
I would say 154 realistically.
154.
You know,
So
them boys get big up there. Them boys get big up there. And I'm not a person to, toot my own horn.
Initially, de la Hoya strongly backed Terence Crawford, expressing full confidence that he would beat Canelo. He praised Crawford's size, saying he could easily compete at 168 pounds. A testament to his adaptability and boxing IQ, de la Hoya echoed the old adage that a good big man beats a good little man, but stressed that Crawford wasn't the little man. However, in a surprising reversal, de la Hoya now calls the fight unbalanced and heavily in Canelo's favor, diminishing Crawford's threat and labeling it almost a mismatch.
Cards, it will be 4 fights, and we will have Canelo Crawford and the co-main event, and 2 fights. One of them is Gerald and Miller, if we finish it. Then there is another card start earlier for free for everywhere. We are thinking to put around from 6 to 10 fights for talent.
Crawford didn't let the contradiction go unnoticed. He responded calmly but pointedly, calling de la Hoya's stance inconsistent. One moment he's praising Canelo, the next he's shifting narratives. Crawford emphasized that this isn't just another blockbuster, it's a fight with historic weight. A win would make him the first male boxer to become undisputed in 3 different weight classes, surpassing legends like Sugar Ray Leonard, Roy Jones Jr., and Floyd Mayweather. Crawford's skill set is widely respected. Skeptics still question the depth of his resume.
I'm making history. I was the first 2-time undisputed champion of the world. First 3-time undisputed.
Eddie Hearn echoed that skepticism. He applauded Crawford's talent but pointed out the lack of marquee names in their prime on Crawford's record. Hearn insisted this wasn't Crawford's fault. It was the result of a broken boxing system. Although Crawford's victories over fighters like Ricky Burns are respectable, they don't measure up to Canelo's elite resume. Even dominant wins over Kell Brook, Amir Khan, and Errol Spence Jr. are viewed with caveats, as many saw those opponents as past their prime or compromised, especially Spence after his car crash and long layoff.
Knockout Charlo. Oh, you really think he's gonna knock out Crawford? I would pick Terence Crawford to beat a Canelo Alvarez, even at 168. Everybody can call me crazy and whatever you want to say. I get it. Y'all didn't believe me when I told you about Spence, but trust me, Crawford will figure out a way. I know a secret y'all don't know, and I ain't gonna tell you why I would pick Terence Crawford, but it's part of the secret, is the reason why I'm picking him to win the fight.
Canelo, by contrast, boasts a resume packed with top-tier names. From Floyd Mayweather to Gennady Golovkin, Sergey Kovalev, Miguel Cotto, and Caleb Plant, he's fought and often beaten elite opponents across several divisions. Though some of those wins were marred by questions of timing and age, Canelo consistently seeks out big fights. That's why figures like De La Hoya and Hearn now see him as the likely favorite. Canelo isn't just bigger, he's battle-tested against some of the best in boxing history.
I say before, he's a great fighter. But if you look at his career, mention one elite fighter. Just mention me one elite fighter.
So Poster wasn't elite?
Who?
However, many fans and analysts don't view this fight as a one-sided affair. Terence Crawford's ring mastery is seen as a game changer. His footwork, timing, switch hitting ability, and composure make him one of the most dangerous fighters alive. His performance against Spence wasn't just dominant, it was surgical. While moving up to super middleweight poses obvious physical challenges, some believe Crawford's style could neutralize the size disadvantage. His efficiency and evasiveness might be enough to tilt the contest in his favor.
Fighting David Benavidez.
You can see the career of Terence Crawford or Benavidez. Terence Crawford is undisputed champion in 2 weight classes, many championship fights. So he bring me something to the table.
Still, De La Hoya's reversal has raised eyebrows. Some believe it's tied to promotional politics or a calculated move to manage risk. His relationship with Canelo has been rocky since the two parted ways, with public tensions between Canelo and Golden Boy Promotions. But the new Saudi-driven boxing era seems to be softening those divides. With financial incentives reshaping the sport, it appears even past rivalries are being set aside for global mega-events.
I'm going to fight another elite
there is
fighter
a champions,
in September.
good fighters, but elite fighters is different. Wait.
So I'm going to fight an elite fighter in September.
Yeah. Okay.
Then
we want to find out.
Then we're going to find out.
And don't get me wrong, you're a great fighter.
I know I'm great.
You're a great fighter. But are you going to find out? I hope your uncle Turki Alashi pay you enough money, because it's going to be the last. That's
it
for
may
sure.
be. It may be. Maybe.
I hope he pay you enough.
But you know, after fighters fight me, they ain't never the same. So
Saudi advisor Turki Alashi has played a crucial role in setting up the Canelo versus Crawford bout. Reports suggest he met with Crawford personally before the announcement, where Crawford allegedly revealed this might be his final fight. Revelation adds emotional gravity to the event. Crawford didn't want a rematch clause, and it's unclear if Canelo's side insisted on one. This fight could be Crawford's career crescendo, a deliberate exit on his own terms, with history in his grasp.
Side, all the legacy, meaning he only has the opportunity to win the belts. Saul only has an opportunity to defend them. Terence Crawford has an opportunity to be in a 5 division and the only person to win all 4 belts in 3 separate weight divisions. Why is Saul taking this fight? And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's some things in life more important than just the belts. And that 20-year career that Terence Crawford made, that all that he has, is very valuable. Very, very valuable. He had 1 foot out the gate.
The fight also introduces a new financial element: knockout bonuses. According to Turki Alashi, these incentives will be tied not just to this bout, but to future fights as well. Borrowed from MMA and gaming culture, this format could push boxers to take more risks. The timing is notable, especially following Canelo's underwhelming performance against William Skull, which left fans wanting more. If knockout incentives lead to more aggressive styles, the spectacle could reach a new level.
Who's a natural light heavyweight? Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov? Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's gonna do to him? Run him out of the ring!
Carl Froch, never shy with his opinions, offered a contrasting perspective in an interview with Hoya. He praised Crawford's adaptability and underappreciated size, saying Crawford is bigger than people realize and could comfortably grow into the super middleweight frame. Froch argued that Crawford's move up in weight shouldn't be feared, it should be seen as an opportunity to display his exceptional range and ability.
If this did normal boxing numbers, and let's be real, you know what Jake Paul is going to say. He already shitted on this fight. Don't let the numbers not come anywhere close to his numbers with Tyson, and it's going to be all bad. Would it even matter if Bud and Canelo didn't do the numbers of Jake and Tyson? Or is that an indictment on the sport that, it's just showing what our fan base prefers, right?
Froch doubled down on his support for Crawford, highlighting his sharp intellect, elite skill set, and mental toughness. "I'd probably pick Crawford to beat Canelo," he stated. Coming from a former world champion who fought the likes of Andre Ward, Mikkel Kessler, and George Groves. That's no small endorsement. Froch's comments weren't hype, they reflected a serious assessment of Canelo's current form and Crawford's rising stature.
Classes, like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later. And he's still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go.
Froch further explained his doubts about Canelo's current level, particularly after his last fight. He argued that Canelo appeared less sharp and seemed to lack the hunger he once had. "He's not motivated against runners," Froch said, implying that Canelo prefers easy fights when he's ahead on points. He painted a picture of a fighter more focused on preservation than domination, suggesting Canelo might be coasting through some of his recent bouts.
Run. And Turkey has a knockout bonus in this fight. And there seems to be something out there like the way for you to win this fight is to move, move, move. Is that true?
Listen.
Turkey, you need to put a small ring, the smaller ring in the
only...
Reiterating his point later in the interview, Froch said outright that Canelo has passed his prime. With over 60 fights and financial security, he questioned Canelo's motivation. "Why is he still fighting?" Froch asked. But he acknowledged that the stakes of this super fight with Crawford might push Canelo out of his comfort zone and possibly into trouble.
Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can.
He could lose it, but whoever loses will be disappointed because so many...
Froch added that there's a lot riding on the result for both men. "Someone's going to be disappointed," he said. Despite being firmly in Crawford's corner, Froch gave Canelo credit, calling him a student of the game who's taken on all comers. Canelo has faced everyone and knows the sport inside out, he noted. Still, he sees Crawford as the tougher puzzle to solve in this showdown.
A lot of people don't understand what Terence Crawford's, what a big part of his number one asset is. Do you know he has a 74-inch reach? Floyd Mayweather has a 73-inch reach.
Wow.
Okay? They're able to reach their opponents much easier than other fighters. Their arms are extremely long. This is why Terence Crawford, in my opinion, is
Teddy Atlas echoed Froch's sentiment in his own way during a segment on his YouTube show. The veteran trainer and analyst praised both fighters but called Crawford's greatness special. While acknowledging that Crawford's resume isn't as decorated as Canelo's, Atlas argued that greatness often lies in the intangibles. "You either have it or you don't hand." "I think he does," he said, reinforcing the idea that Crawford's skill transcends record books.